Hi, I'm Keith Gosline with Personal Fitness Systems. With Jenna here, we're going to be doing some fitness testing. And so we're going to be testing things like waist-to-hip ratio, body composition, aerobic capacity, aerobic fitness, and endurance. We're going to look at her muscular fitness and range of motion. That one we're really going to be testing a lot of different elements of range of motion. So it's really important for our daily health and wellness that we have good space in the joints, good length in the muscles, good posture, and that helps our ability to function. And so it's all about function. And so why don't we get started? We're going to start with her body composition testing. So we're checking amount of fat that she has in her body. And fat isn't bad, it's necessary, but we want to check that out to see what her risk for cardiovascular disease is, and then also get a good, proper look at what weight range should she be in. So let's get started. All right, so the first part of our testing today, we're going to do body composition testing. This is what we call bioelectrical impedance. So not to get too technical, but we're checking the amount of fluid and fat that she has in between her cells, so, and also in her tissues. So we've got her biological data here, and all she's going to do now is, Jenna, I just want you to have you put your fingers in your hand around the metal there, nice easy grip, arms out away from your body, and in 7 seconds we're going to get a reading. And this is much better than skin fold testing and hydrostatic weighing or in a dunk tank because it's a lot less invasive. People don't like to get pinched necessarily, and you can get a lot of false readings from skin fold caliper. And then hydrostatic weighing, in a dunk tank, there's a lot of variables that can make it not read out very accurately. So in this testing here, as it was cross-tested against those two methodologies, this one is as accurate, if not better. So, and now we have a reading, and now what I'm going to do is give Jenna her weight range that's important for her, so based upon normative values or population studies. All right, then let's move on. All right, now we're doing the waist-to-hip ratio. And why is that significant? Because we just did a body composition. Well, we want to do some cross-testing to make sure that we reduce operator error as much as possible, but also we can cross or triangulate these tests to make sure that they make sense and that we have the best readings possible. So it's good to have checks and balances when you do your testing. So take your arms out away from your body, Jenna. And now we're going to wrap around the tape at the greater trochanter or at the waist part of her hips, like so. And then the smallest part of her waist, which is between the umbilicus or the belly button and the xiphoid process, or that part where your ribs come together. Belly button. All right, and now we have a reading, and then we're going to check that based upon, again, normative values to see what her risk for cardiovascular disease is. Okay, let's move on. All right, so now we're going to do the step test, which is going to test her ability for her to recover after a bout of exercise. So we're going to check to see her aerobic capacity or aerobic endurance. So we're going to step to a certain rate, which is going to be 96 steps per minute. We're going to go for 3 minutes, and then we're going to check her heart rate recovery after 1 minute. So we'll take a 10-second reading after 50 seconds. And then again, we'll look at those normative values or based on population studies. And this is a very safe test, but only about 50% of the people I test actually finish this test, so it's not as easy as you might think. All right, so Jenna, go ahead and start at any time, and you can quit for any reason whatsoever. But you want to step up to the bench as much as possible. So go ahead and step. Start stepping. Good. Nice and slow. There you go. Perfect. Up, up, down, down, up, up, and get the full foot on the bench. Doing fine. And just relax your hands. Breathe easy. Up, up, down, down. Up, down, down. Perfect. We'll do this for 3 minutes, and then we'll move on. All right, now we're going to do the push-up test, which is going to test your muscular endurance, or the ability to do work over a period of time, which is different than fitness like power, which has to do with speed, how fast we can do something within the same distance, the same resistance and range. And so what we're doing here is, again, a push-up test, and this is a volition test, so she's going to go until she needs to quit. It's not a time test. And so we've got her all set up, ready to go, and go ahead, Jenna, and push up to the top. Okay, right there, that's your starting position. Now go down and repeat this movement. There you go. Go at least half until you have to pause or you have to stop. And she's going to keep on doing this until she's done. She's going to keep on breathing on the way down and breathing out on the way up. All right, let's move on to the next test. All right, now we're doing the sit-up test, which is testing another part of muscular endurance for another part of her body. So we're going to test those abdominals. And we don't necessarily do this in a fitness type of setting, but for the testing, we're going to do it this way. It's a time test for 1 minute, and we're going to have her put her hands on the side of her head, and then we're going to have her touch her elbows to her thighs. And when she starts is when I'm going to start the timer. And go ahead, Jenna, and start whenever you're ready. And breathe, too, nice. You notice she doesn't need to go ahead and rest her head to the ground. She just needs to bring her shoulders down. So this is a great test to test for muscular endurance of the abdominal area. Nice job, Jenna. Let's move on.